baby, invasion.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's a second quick hit for October 20th, 2015. And guess what? Marty McFly is supposed to come to the future tomorrow. But enough of that. I got my NGO homeboys invading the show. It's Alex Lexus, Nelson Rios, and Shinwar. What's up, everybody?
I don't know him.
Tag. Yeah.
What? Oh, what's up, guys? It's the Juggernaut, baby.
Damn, you just threw him under the bus.
Okay, what's going on?
What's going on, people? But we got a second topic for all you NGO and free play mode watchers of our stuff out there. The second topic is that I know a couple of you have been requesting this, so I'm gonna cover it. And a while back, it was reported that Metal Gear Solid 5 outdid the opening weekend sales of the Avengers 2. And personally, I don't think that's a fair comparison because of two different types of media and the price points between those two different types of media. How much does the average movie ticket cost these days? Like $12, $15?
Yeah, 15 on average.
$15. So for every one copy of Metal Gear Solid 5 that was sold, you would have to have 4 people go see the Avengers 2 on opening weekend to make up that sale, and I don't think that's a fair comparison. So let me lead off with Alex. What do you think of that kind of comparison, and is it right to compare the AAA title movies to the AAA title video games of the genre?
Apples and oranges, like you said yesterday. It's, you can't really, again, the ratio is off. Like you said, for one ticket's $15 here in the tri-state area, and then a $60 game. And then not only that, we were talking about DLC too, but I'm not going to go too much into that. But you can't really compare the two. They're sold differently. The price points are way off. You have to compare it to its ratio, where you got games to games, movies to movies. You know what I mean? It's like I said yesterday, these guys are just trying to pit people against one another. And the same thing with the motorcycle analogy. You got the H2 Ninja that came out. They wanted to go against the BMW. They just want to see conflict or competition, even if the competition is irrelevant to one another. So that's just...
I think it's a way that people in the video gaming industry are trying to legitimize themselves by putting themselves up against the blockbuster summer hit movies, and like, look, we can hang with those guys. We're a legitimate form of entertainment. We outdid the Avengers too. So Shinwar, what do you think about that? Is it a fair comparison, and should they even be doing this type of comparison?
I don't think that's a fair
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
You said Shinwar, not Alex Breakfast. No, I don't think that's a fair comparison. Like, it's apples and oranges. You're talking about a video game versus a movie. And what's more mainstream, a video game or a movie? So, I mean, if we are gonna compare, even though Metal Gear and video games has its fans, people are gonna gravitate more to a mainstream movie, especially if the first one did so well. So yeah, I don't think that's a fair comparison. Now, if there was an Avengers game or if there was a Metal Gear movie, maybe, but no. Now, if you're gonna look at it from an art standpoint, like, okay, visuals and everything, maybe, but you can't. It's two different mediums.
Mediums.
So I agree, man. It's like they should compare with their contemporaries. I mean, like, what was the biggest game to come out that was close to Metal Gear? Batman Arkham Knight, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And what else is coming out pretty soon? That's going to be a big AAA blockbuster. Assassin's Creed Syndicate. That's going to be the next multi-plat AAA blockbuster. So that's what you got to compare it to. You got to compare it to other games. So Nelson, where do you stand on this? What's your thoughts on this?
What I think about this, I mean, we already know that video games has kind of changed a lot within the past few years, and they're being compared to movies, they're being compared to like a whole bunch of other things, but you gotta look at it like this, okay? You have Metal Gear Solid, you have Grand Theft Auto, the old the old Onimusha series, like if I can remember correctly,
Onimusha 3.
Onimusha 3 was by far at that time the highest paid cinematic ever made within a video game, and we're talking about higher than most movies make.
Now, Nelson, did you see the making of the Onimusha 3 intro?
Yes, I did.
Man, Donnie Yen was actually the coordinator for Sanosuke's movements and everything, and
Yes, he was.
that was insane, man. Like at that time, that set a bar. You know what I mean? And that was actually rivaling Metal Gear stuff. You know what I mean?
It definitely was. But the reason why a lot of people don't want to compare Metal Gear too much when it comes to like movies is because Metal Gear actually uses the same, if not the same, incorporation as what regular movie producers make when it comes to like you know, the same production line. You know, the whole what do you call it? The motion cap.
Yeah, the mocap. But you know what, Nelson? On the flip note, with that, the thing with gaming, they don't need sets like the traditional movie sets.
Oh.
But the thing is,
No, because they don't. It's not like Hollywood. They can create everything in a freaking padded wall with sensors and following all that stuff. You know,
I mean, they could do that too, but there's certain game companies that still follow the traditional movie creation route, where they actually have actual actors. They will get them out on camera first, and then basically when they're all rendered, they will just basically use the 3D modeling over the real actors, so their mouth movement is more believable and in sync compared to the motion cap, because not many people can get it to a point where they can add the little beads to their lips and shit like that, because some people are allergic to it. I don't know if you've known that. So it's like certain companies go backwards in that sense, but to keep up with the topic at hand, for that to be rivaling movies in wow, that's how you know we come to a new age of technology, dude. Like, gaming is up there now. It's not like, oh, it's just a regular hobby. It's up there. It's a competitive thing. It's making money. It's putting you know, it's paying the bills for certain people.
Yeah.
It's like you know, it's becoming like the legit thing now, like how music is, how movies are. It's the legit thing.
Yeah, I agree that it's a legitimate form of entertainment. It's a mainstream form of entertainment, but I don't think it's a fair comparison, because I think it's this kind of comparison is just done to appease the investors. It's done to like, oh yeah,
to say, hey, look, we did something.
Yeah, right. And like, if you really want to flip the numbers, you can go like, oh, Avengers 2 had more people go see it opening weekend than people bought Metal Gear Solid 5. If you wanted to do that.
Yeah. But you know what? At the end, it's like games are changing and they're becoming expensive, interactive movies. That's what it is. And I think that's what they're trying to, you know, the blurring of the lines, so to speak, where the production value has gone up. Gaming, or the games have become so expensive just to do that same thing, because all the tech that's required to do it. Yeah, they can't blur the lines. It's like, yeah,
because Metal Gear Solid 5, it cost 120 to make, and Avengers 2, it cost 250 million to make, and it made back 1.4 billion. So yeah, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, I just think that what they need to do before they're quick to say, hey, look at you know, to announce a milestone or an achievement, look at what you're comparing first, and then say, hey, you know, it's not like you can compare an 8th gen to 7th gen console, so to speak. You know what I mean? It's just strange. It's strange. I don't think that they're overzealous, so to speak. That's all I can say with that.
I agree that they're too quick to pull the trigger. And speaking of pull the trigger, we're pulling the trigger on this topic, and we're going to send it out to you folks there on YouTube. So thank you, New Gaming Order people, for stopping by. Alex, Nelson, Shenwar, big props. Thank you. And this is the quick hit of October 20th. And we're signing off with your boy David from the Free Play Mode. Peace.